Hello, Scorpio. I want to take a moment to sit with you and share something that came through with such clarity in the cards today that I couldn't wait to speak it out loud. What I saw was not a small sign or a passing message. It was something so powerful and direct that it shook me. Your name, Scorpio, appeared in a place where no name should ever be written. It was carved in the energy of a cemetery, tied to an act of dark intention. Someone, driven by envy and resentment, paid a heavy price to a sorcerer to perform a ritual against you. It wasn't by accident. It wasn't random. This was a choice, someone's deliberate attempt to block your path, to pull you down, to see you suffer. I know hearing this can feel unsettling. It can make you question who is moving in the shadows around you. But I want you to hold on to this truth. Nothing hidden stays hidden forever. The universe has a way of bringing everything into the light. And today, that light has turned toward you. What was meant to harm you has already begun to reveal itself. The energy I see is not about destruction, but about revelation and protection. This is not a message of fear, Scorpio, it is a message of warning. Yes, but also of divine assurance. Because as much as someone tried to chain your destiny with darkness, the higher forces around you refuse to let it happen. This is where our story begins, with an attempt to destroy you, and with the truth that no shadow can ever extinguish the light that surrounds you. Scorpio, let me take you deeper into what was revealed. The ritual itself was not a small act of malice whispered in passing. It was something carefully prepared, carried out with precision and intent. It began under the new moon, a time when the veil is thin and energies are most open to manipulation. The setting was a forgotten cemetery, a place already saturated with sorrow, with the restless energy of those who left this world in tragedy. There, under the cold silence of night, your full name and your birth date were written in chalk upon an old gravestone. Around it, black candles flickered, their flames fed by the intentions of envy and resentment. Coins were laid down as offerings to darker forces, and the soil of the grave was lifted and mixed with herbs, with the blood of a black rooster, with the remnants of life sacrificed to fuel destruction. A photograph of you was pierced through with 9 sharp needles, each one intended to block a part of your life, your health, your love, your stability, your voice, your protection, your joy, your clarity, your money, and your peace. That image, stabbed and broken, was buried into the ground as words of an ancient language were spoken. Words not meant to heal, but to bind, words designed to cut through the natural flow of your blessings. This was not just a curse spoken carelessly, Scorpio. It was an orchestrated attempt to unravel every part of your existence, to place heavy stones on your path, to drain your spirit, and to lock you into misfortune. It was meant to mark you not just for a day, not just for a week, but to plant a program of destruction that could echo into every area of your life. But here is the truth. The moment darkness tried to seal this ritual, something shifted. The cards showed me that the energy could not settle on you the way it was intended. The air itself resisted. The higher forces stepped in, and that is where the story begins to change. Scorpio, as the ritual reached its most dangerous point, the moment when the energy was meant to lock itself onto you, something extraordinary happened. The sky above that cemetery did not stay silent. The darkness that was called upon to surround you began to tremble, as if refusing the command it had been given. I saw it clearly. The cards revealed an image of a mirror, shining in the middle of that graveyard. And this was not a mirror made of glass or stone. It was a shield, born from your guardian spirit, the one that has walked with you since the day you came into this world. This shield rose up in silence, but its presence was undeniable. Every drop of energy sent to harm you struck that shield and was reflected back in full force. The sorcerer felt it. His hands trembled. His voice faltered, and the words he spoke into the night began to fall apart. The flames of the black candles shook violently and some extinguished themselves. The soil he tried to use as a weapon became heavy, uncooperative, and the ancient whispers that were meant to bind you grew powerless. This was not chance, Scorpio. It was intervention. The universe refused to allow what was meant for your destruction to take root in your life. Instead, it turned the ritual into a reversal. The poison prepared for you became the poison that your enemy swallowed. The trap laid for your steps became the pit into which your enemy fell. Your guardian, strong and unyielding, did not just stop the attack, it transformed it. And in that transformation, the truth became clear no matter how carefully plotted, no matter how much money was spent. No ritual of darkness can override the protection placed on your spirit. What they tried to take from you never left your hands. What they tried to destroy in you remained untouched. The only thing destroyed was the power they believed they had over you. Scorpio. Once the shield was raised and the ritual was broken, the energy did not simply vanish. It had to return to the one who called it forth. And that is exactly what happened. The current of darkness, once aimed at your life, reversed its course. Like a river that suddenly changes direction, it flowed back, swift and unstoppable, into the life of the person who thought they could harm you. The very next morning, the signs began to show. Your enemy woke with a crushing pain in the head, a heaviness in the chest, and a fear that could not be explained. They tried to go about their day, but the fabric of their life had already begun to unravel. Their car refused to start well. Their work collapsed into arguments and losses. And by nightfall, news arrived that money they were counting on had slipped from their grasp. What they wished for you, failure, instability, and despair, was now the weight pressing on their own shoulders. And it didn't stop there. The sorcerer himself was struck by the recoil. The powers he had spent years building with rituals and invocations began to disintegrate. The spirits he once commanded turned against him, sensing the strength of the divine protection surrounding you. His name, once whispered with fear and respect in dark circles, became associated with weakness, failure, and shame. His rituals faltered. His clients vanished. And every curse he had ever thrown began returning to his own body and mind. This is the law of the universe. Scorpio, the boomerang of karma. What is sent out always comes back, and often with greater force. The hate they tried to project onto you is now burning them from within. The blockages they built for you are now the walls closing in on their lives. And as the cards revealed, this is only the beginning. Their fall is not quick and clean, it is slow, humiliating, and heavy. Piece by piece, the life they thought they controlled is breaking down. Friends drift away. Allies abandon them. Health deteriorates. And their nights are filled with fear that no light can soothe. All of it, Scorpio, is the exact weight of what they tried to place upon you. Nothing is lost in the universe. Every action returns to its source, Scorpio. While your enemies crush beneath the weight of their own choices, your path opens in ways that even you could not have imagined. The cards show it clearly. Where once there were blockages, now there is flow. Where once there was resistance, now there is movement. The energy that was tied up in the darkness has been freed and redirected toward you as blessing. The first sign is in your finances. Doors that were once closed begin to swing wide. Opportunities arrive from unexpected places. Money owed is returned. Projects finally take root, and new streams of income appear without struggle. What was meant to strip you of stability instead becomes the reason abundance pours into your life. The second sign is in your health and vitality. The very attack that was designed to weaken your body has been reflected and transformed into strength. Your energy rises. Chronic worries begin to lift. And your spirit feels lighter. It is as though your body remembers the power of survival and is now stronger for it. This is not only protection, it is renewal. The third sign is in your relationships. The poison of envy that once tried to creep into your connections has been burned away. Toxic presences fall from your life naturally, as if carried off by the wind. In their place, sincerity and harmony return. Those who truly love you draw closer. And those who once envied you can no longer hide behind false smiles. And above all, Scorpio, there is a shift within you. Your intuition sharpens. Your inner voice grows louder. And your sense of direction becomes undeniable. You are not only protected, you are elevated. This experience has changed you. You have become more discerning, more resilient, and more magnetic. The universe did not simply save you, it rewarded you for your purity, for not responding to darkness with darkness. You stood, even unknowingly, in alignment with the light. And now that light makes you stronger than before, this is your turning point. Scorpio, what was designed to destroy you has become the catalyst for your ascension. Scorpio, as this story comes full circle, I want you to remember what it truly means. Someone tried to write your name in darkness, to bury you in a place of endings, to seal your destiny in pain. But the universe refused to allow it. The same night they plotted your fall became the night your protection revealed its strength. Every candle they lit for your destruction burned out against the shield of your guardian. Every word they spoke to curse you was turned into silence. Every needle they drove into that photograph only pierced their own fate. And now, while they crumble under the weight of their choices, you rise stronger, freer, and more blessed than ever before. This is not only about one attack. Scorpio, this is about the truth of your path. You are not unprotected. You are not alone. The light that surrounds you is ancient. It comes from beyond this life, and it will not allow you to be destroyed. Even when shadows gather, even when envy tries to disguise itself as friendship, the law of the universe always prevails. What is sent out comes back. So take this as a reminder. You do not need to fear those who work in secret against you. Their plots cannot hold power over a soul that is protected by divine law. You are being carried into a new chapter 1 where your health strengthens, your finances expand, your relationships heal, and your intuition leads you into opportunities that match your spirit. Scorpio, your story is no longer one of attack, but of victory. It is the testimony that light always triumphs over shadow. Let this be your anchor. Whenever fear whispers at your door, you are safe. You are rising, and your destiny is untouched. Step forward now with that knowledge, because the universe has already declared your life belongs to the light. Scorpio, as we end this message, remember that none of what was spoken today is meant to fill you with fear. It is meant to awaken you to the truth that you are seen. You are guarded, and you are stronger than any shadow cast against you. The ritual that was meant to destroy you has already collapsed, and the karma that was meant to weigh on you has already returned to its sender. What lies before you now is not darkness, but a season of renewal. Hold on to your light. Scorpio, walk with confidence into the blessings opening ahead of you, and trust that the universe has already declared victory in your name. Your path is protected. Your future is bright, and your story is only just beginning.